Welcome back to the Rundown, everyone. I'm your host, Nick Simonson. We are squeezing every last drop out of summer. We've got a great day today, but we are ahead of a change in the weather, and things are going to be feeling more like fall in about 36 to 48 hours. So what are we doing? We're getting the best fishing of the year in when it comes to stock trout. Now, throughout Runnings territory, there are a lot of options to get on stock trout. If you have a lake that's 35, 40, 45 feet deep that was stocked with trout early in the year, you have a chance to get on those fish. You want to be careful though, check your local regulations, as certain lakes and certain states throughout Runnings territory have special regulations. They have certain closing times and end dates for their trout season. So you want to be sure, first off, that you're within the law. Now, additionally, you want to have a multitude of tactics for these fish that are very aggressive this time of year. As that water cools, trout such as rainbow trout or cutthroat trout or brown trout that have been stocked in these waters come up shallow. Now they're looking up shallow, or maybe they're over the deep water and they are foraging on, hatching insects, the ones that are coming out at the end of the year, or maybe they're going after those young of the year bait fish that are accumulated up at this point in time and they are feeding on them. So you can be fairly aggressive because those fish are fairly aggressive as well. That means casting spoons, spinners, jigs and twisters, larger flies. If you're using the fly rod, you want to throw big streamers, things that match those minnows or crayfish or whatever might be out there that those fish are eating. And you can work them aggressively. You can crank them back fast or slow, medium, in the middle. Try and find that pace that the fish are relating to. And remember, if you have a fish that follows a lure to the boat, be giving it those twitches, be giving it those jerks. Maybe you feel a bite or you feel a tick. Give it a twitch, give it a couple pops. That is going to set those fish off and they're going to reaction strike on your lure. Now, I like to use a standard medium spinning rod that I've been using all summer long for my jigging activities, for my general fishing, the quick one that you grab out the door, your all-purpose rod. And then simply add a length of fluorocarbon leader, 8, 10 pounds, whatever it might be. When the waters of fall are very, very clear, if you haven't had a whole lot of rain or disruption, which throughout Runnings territory we have had a lot of rain this year and had a lot recently, water might be murky, it's not going to make a difference. But if that water is clear, that fluorocarbon is going to make that bait look more natural and more invisible, particularly if that jigging rod is rigged with Fireline or Power Pro or another no-stretch line. Now, you're going to want to cast those out a ways from the boat, work them in, find that pace that works for the fish, and get a good hook set on them. Again, check your regulations. Certain lakes, certain states, certain rivers may have restrictions on what kind of hooks you can use, whether it's a treble hook or a single hook or a barbless hook. You want to be aware of those regulations and preserve the resource. Additionally, these fall fish are a lot of fun. If they've made it through summer, there's a good chance they'll make it into next spring and become the even bigger trout that are in your local waters. So consider catch and release when you're catching those fish up shallow and not stressing them out. I like to use a rubberized net. A rubberized net or a mesh net that has a special softness to it is going to protect the slime coat of the fish, and those rubberized nets are also going to make it easier to get your lure and those hooks out and get back to the action quicker. Stop it at your local Runnings. Pick up those spoons, 1.5, 2 inch, 3 inch in length, everything from a Daredevil or Castmaster or Swedish Pimple that you can kind of jig and rip. Experiment with all the options that Runnings has and you can get connected with trout this time of year. Additionally, like I said, pick up that fluorocarbon leader. It's a bonus for fall, but you're going to need it at other times throughout the year as well. Put it all together, get that rubberized net, protect the resource, and enjoy these last few days of fishing that will go right up till ice out. Stop at your local Runnings, get the tips and tactics that you need for your local area from the friendly staff, and you'll be all set for some great autumn trout fishing. For the Rundown, I'm Nick Simonson. Good fishing to you.